Ever wonder if a bachelorette party could actually end a friendship? Well, I am about to tell you how a trip to Mexico to celebrate my best friend of over 4 years turned into a complete nightmare that ended our friendship for good. So picture this. It's August, and I'm heading out for my best friend's bachelorette trip. There are 10 of us in total. 3 of us, including me, my friend Kat, and the bride, live in Texas. The other 7, including the bride's 4 sisters, are from California. The plan was for us Texas girls to fly to Cali, meet up with everyone, and then fly together to our destination in Mexico. Everything started off great. The first night, we all go out for a nice dinner. Now, with 10 people, splitting a check is always a mess, right? So we all agreed on a system. One person would pay the full bill, get an itemized receipt, and the next day, we'd all go over it and Venmo them our share, including tax and tip. Seemed like the easiest, fairest way to handle things. Simple. After dinner, we head to a club. We get a section, and boom, bottle service arrives. We're all having a good time. But then, about an hour later, another round of bottle service shows up. A lot of us were confused, like, who ordered that? Now, it is important to know that 2 girls in our group don't drink tequila at all, and one only drinks beer. So this second bottle was a surprise. Suddenly, things get chaotic. I had stepped away to the restroom with another girl, and I grabbed the bride's phone because it was sitting right on the edge of our section and she was pretty drunk. We're gone for maybe 5 minutes. When we get back, everyone is gone. We find them outside, yelling. The bride is in a huge fight with one of her sisters. Apparently, she thought some random woman stole her phone and she literally chased this poor lady down the street, barefoot, in Mexico. Some really nasty things were said between the bride and 2 of her sisters. The night ended on a super tense note, and we all just went back to the hotel. The next morning, we get a group text from Lori, one of the sisters. It just says, "It's $88 each for the club last night, no itemized receipt, just a basic transaction slip." That adds up to almost $900 for one night at the club. A few of us immediately felt this wasn't right. We called a quick meeting because 3 of us hadn't even touched the tequila bottles, and others barely drank. Me, Kat, and 2 other girls felt that while we were there to have fun, we weren't just going to blow money for no reason. We should all pay for what we actually consumed. Lori then admits she ordered the second bottle because, and I quote, "the light-up candle sparklers excited her, seriously." And now she expected all 10 of us to split the cost of her impulse buy. This just didn't sit right with me. I took it upon myself to email the club and ask for an itemized receipt. I got it the next day, and guess what? Each bottle was about $122. There were also 2 buckets of beer and a bucket of Red Bull ordered. We decided to put a pin in that whole issue for the moment and just try to move on with the trip. But the atmosphere had completely changed. That night, at dinner, me and Kat started noticing things. Snarky comments, weird looks, being left out of photos. We'd hear people saying things like, "Make sure we all pay for what we ordered," in a really sarcastic tone, clearly directed at us. When the check came, we managed to split it for ways, so we broke into smaller groups. Me and Kat paid together. But since we were in Mexico, it took us a little time to go through the receipt and convert the prices from pesos to US dollars. The whole process for all the groups took about 30 minutes. During that time, the comments just kept coming. Why is this taking so long? Why can't we just split it evenly? Well, maybe because some people were ordering back-to-back shots of expensive Clay's Azul tequila and eating lobster tails like it was an all-you-can-eat buffet. This was the exact reason we shouldn't be splitting bills evenly 10 ways. I just bit my tongue. I didn't say anything back because it wasn't the right time or place, and I kept reminding myself these were the bride's sisters. After dinner, everyone else went out again, but me and Kat just couldn't. We felt so uncomfortable with all the passive-aggressive comments that we decided to go back to the hotel. Kat was really emotional about the whole situation. She felt so unwelcome that we actually started looking up flights to go home early. We decided to sleep on it and talk to the bride the next day, hoping she would understand. So, the next day, Kat and I sat down with the bride. We explained how uncomfortable the comments were making us feel. As Kat was explaining her side, she started to tear up a little from frustration. She mentioned that we had even looked at flights home, and that's when the bride cut her off mid-sentence and said, "If you all want to leave, you can. To say I was disappointed is an understatement." I was sad, I was angry, and mostly, I felt completely misunderstood. We had all spent so much money on flights and the hotel just to be there to celebrate her, and she couldn't even try to see things from our perspective. She was just incredibly defensive the entire time. After that conversation, me and Kat spoke privately. We decided to just try and push it aside. We still had 3 days left and wanted to make the best of a bad situation. The rest of the trip went by without any more major drama, but the damage was done. When we all got back home, I needed some space. I didn't reach out to the bride for about 3 weeks. My plan was to eventually text her and ask to meet up for lunch to talk about everything in person, like adults. But before I could do that, I got a text from her. She was ending our friendship. She said I was inappropriate on the trip, disrespectful to others, and that I didn't celebrate her wins with her, especially on what was supposed to be the most exciting trip of her life. I was floored. I responded in a way that felt right to me, direct, honest, and explaining my disappointment and how everything was handled. The fact that she would even give me the decency of a face-to-face conversation to end a 4-year friendship, that told me everything I needed to know about her character. After sending my message, I blocked her on everything. I wasn't being cheap on this trip. I came with a budget of around $2,000 to spend if I needed to, but I didn't go with the mindset of just throwing money away. You can see from the receipts there were multiple expensive shots being ordered by a few people. So, after hearing all of this, what do you think? Was I the one in the wrong here? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching.